Guys, what's up? Unsportsmanlike conduct. Gabb Bree to talk with you guys about the NFL. Before this week started, one of us was going to be happy and one of us was going to be upset. And I'm the one that's really upset. It couldn't have gone any worse.
I'm having a freaking party over here. My Twitter has not been this hype in I don't even know how long. It's just like every other minute I check and there's 20 plus notifications just shitting on this football team.
Oh, man, I just want to say one thing to the city of Buffalo. I love going there. I have more fun there than any other place I go to. I really do feel bad for them. Their team just lets them down every way. Their city has had so many traumatic events over the last year. And it just keeps happening. Nothing good has gone their way in any capacity, in any way. You can name multiple different things and something terrible has happened to them.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate that this was the outcome because in all seriousness, putting my hater hat aside, I think the majority of the general NFL fan population was rooting for the Bills because of everything that they've had to deal with from preseason up until now. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And it's, it was a feel-good story if, they were able to succeed and whatever, and it would have been great. Putting the hater hat back on, this is incredible for me because I have listened to these Bills fans for the last probably 2 to 3 seasons now say, oh, Patriots fans, your time's over. You're going to be looking up at us for the rest of however long.
To be fair, though, you guys are looking up, but I don't know how far that is.
It's not to what they think that it is. And I think that that's the biggest part about this that gets completely pushed to the side by that fan base. Yes, on paper, they are wildly talented. They should succeed way more than they are. There's no reason why they should have played the way they played in that game. It was just bad. It was bad all around. Mr. January decided to turn into Mr. Pumpkin. He didn't do a thing. I just don't, I can't sit here and listen to them say those things about the Patriots when it's just delusion on that end.
But is it though? Because they're better than you though.
It is. Yeah, they are. But
that's the Bengals saying it to the Browns fans. They're better than us.
But
they are though. Even if they didn't win the Super Bowl last year, they're better. I can't say anything.
I'm not sitting here and saying the Patriots are better because they're not. Everybody knows that. Mac Jones is not Josh Allen. We had fucking Matt Patricia calling plays. The Patriots in the position that they're in right now are not better than the Bills. I'm not going to sit here and say that. I'd be lying to you. However, I feel better about my team because I knew what I was going to get out of them. They were going to be a middle of the pack team who, if they were lucky, if everything broke the right way, maybe they would sneak into the playoffs, but they didn't. And I'm not necessarily disappointed in that because I knew what I was going to get. I knew what was going to happen. This is another year of everything's great in the regular season, but when it comes down to the nitty-gritty of the playoffs, they fall short again. And
but literally no one has ever won anything like the Patriots, though. You can't say that
true.
every team
it's
is
been a long time.
Win a Super Bowl. Everybody wants to win a Super Bowl, but that's not going to happen. It's so unrealistic for almost every team ever, to be honest.
They have a window. They have a window, and I think it's pretty telling that with the team that they have built, with the talent that they have, they can't make it past a certain point. Winning the division is great. Everybody wants to win the division to get into the playoffs. And then what you do in those playoffs, kind of like everybody says, playoffs are a new season. You'll look back at the regular season and say, okay, that was all worth nothing because we can't get past the divisional round. We can't get past this team, that team. And the Pats had to do that for a couple years. There was that 10-year period where, they won 3 Super Bowls, but then they did absolutely nothing. And it was just disappointment for 10 years. That's where I think Bills fans kind of are sitting right now, where all of the expectations and all of the hope are there. And then once it really gets down to it, it's just disappointment again. And that comes down to the head coach. In my personal opinion, if the Bills want to do anything, if they want to get past this point in their franchise's history, McDermott's got to go. You need something new. You need something new because it's just the continuity of mediocre playoff appearances. And that can't be. And I trolled some guy for saying this, but deep down, he has a good point. Changing the head coach might be the best move to get what they all expect to get out of this football team.
Right, but at the same time, I feel like there's only 3 teams in the AFC that are going to keep competing with each other, and it's the 3 that it's just those 3. It's going to be those 3. It's going to be those 3 for the next 3 years at least.
They're on them. The Bills, the Bengals, and the Chiefs, no question, are on a completely different level than everybody else. And then you look, and it's maybe the Ravens, maybe the Jaguars, Chargers, and then.
But you can't say anything about the Ravens if you don't know what Lamar's going to do. So
yeah, like I don't even know
not in the convo
where that necessarily would lie, because that's kind of a questionable tier 2, because Chargers don't have an offensive coordinator right now. They're looking at bringing in a quarterbacks coach to do it who hasn't been an offensive coordinator before. Like, it's the top 3, and then it's a gap, and then I think it's everybody else. Free agency, though, is going to be an interesting thing, because I know the cap is sometimes a mythical thing. Sometimes we don't need to take it as seriously as we do.
You can move it around to any way you want to get anybody you want when you want them, basically, at any point in time.
But Josh Allen's money is going to...
It's not going to matter.
It's going to matter a little bit.
It's not going to matter. I don't think it's going to matter. I really don't. They can move his contract. They can back
I don't think it's going to matter.
They can do that.
I don't think it's going to matter to the point where they can't sign anybody else and they're going to be strapped for cash for however long, but it's going to make a difference.
Every team does that, though. Like, every team does that.
Every team does that, but
every team does that. The Bengals are going to have to do it too, and I don't think it's going to hurt their team in any way.
That's how the NFL works, though. You go up, and then all the money starts to catch up, and you go back down, and you go up, and go back down. That's just how it works, and it's going to happen to everybody. It happened to the Pats.
When you sign a good quarterback, you're going to be good for a while, and I don't think it's going to matter with his contract. I really don't. I just don't see it happening with that. I don't see it happening with the Chiefs, and I won't see it happening with the Bengals. If you have a good quarterback, it just works out. Unless something happens to him that he can't play, I don't see it going down very far.
I just think as time goes on and these contracts get bigger and bigger for all positions, not just quarterbacks, it's gonna be an interesting scenario.
But the cap is always increasing.
Yeah, the cap's always increasing, but then so are the paychecks for everybody else. And if you want guys like Diggs to stay, you're going to have to pay them more because...
Well, he's already getting paid, though.
But if you want him to stay past his contract, if you want him to re-sign, Joe Schmo just got $5 more million than Diggs. Why can't Diggs go somewhere else and get that money? Same thing with Lamar. Deshaun Watson got all this money. I'm just saying, when you're spending a lot on one person, 2 people, it's going to catch up to you in the long run. Maybe not like in a debilitating way, but it's going to impact it at some point. So
I still think they're all going to be really good regardless. But I mean, I guess, sure. But I really do. I really believe all 3 of those teams are going to be good no matter what they spend on their quarterback. Everybody's spending on a quarterback. You have to if you want to compete. The only teams that are competing are people that are spending money. And I think that's why. Like Joe Burrow, he's going to get paid. They'll get rid of probably T. Higgins, but he'll still have Jamar, and he'll still be really good.
The thing with the Bengals that is interesting to me is where did they put all of their money this past offseason? It went into the offensive line, right? And then this season,
still have a lot of money left.
No. I'm saying where they if you look at the Jaguars, where the Jaguars allocated their money is mainly Christian Kirk, and that he had a pretty good season. Maybe not to the point where he deserved all that money, but he came out, he showed out, they made the playoffs. They did, I think, what people thought the Patriots were going to do last year after spending out the ass on free agents. But then you look at the Bengals, who did that with the offensive line, and going, I would say probably through week 8, we were sitting here and we were questioning this offensive line because it seemed like the same old song and dance. Joe Burrow was getting sacked. They were just getting ran through. It was a disaster. And then Sunday, they were out, 3 starters?
They probably should have started those guys from the beginning.
It's like, it's
Honestly.
crazy. All of that money went into the offensive line. And when it came down to it, all those guys you're paying a shit ton weren't even out there. And the offensive line probably played better than
right.
they have all year. I was really impressed all the way around by Cincinnati. It just, from the beginning, it was just a butt kicking, just straight up butt kicking.
Oh, it was.
And I don't think anybody who's watched a single ounce of football this year expected that from those teams. The Bills had the best offense of
they need a running back.
The entire league.
They need a running back. They need a running back bad. Singletary, not going to do it.
They need a lot this offseason. They need a new coach. They need to fix up that offensive line.
Coach is going to stay. Coach is not going anywhere.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think that's going to be a good decision, though. But I think everybody kind of loves him too much to the point where that's the reason why he would stay. But, and then their free agency list, too. Like, Poyer's probably gone.
Yeah, they packed up the house. They said they're not coming back.
Did they? I don't know. I don't follow his wife. I'm not really a big fan, so.
Well, I don't either, but it's just very seen everywhere.
No. I don't pay attention, I guess. But he's probably gone. I've seen a lot of people say that Edmonds, they don't want to pay Edmonds, so the chances that he walks is pretty good. Like, those are some pretty big names on that defense. Like, there's going to be quite the shakeup, and they don't have a lot of money.
But I have to just say it one more time for the contracts. They are back-ending their contracts, and they have a lot of cap. Like, they do. They really do.
They have, I believe I saw
like the Browns have $3 million right now, and when they get rid of everybody for what they need to do, they're going to have 39. It's just what it is today is not going to be what it is June 1st.
No, I know that, but it's still not a lot. Like, they're going to be in the bottom quarter of teams with money to spend when that happens. So they've got to account for what they're losing and what they're going to be able to do. There's going to be trades, there's going to be cuts. Like, I'm not saying they're not going to be okay, but there's things that they need to work around. That's all.
Every team, literally every team. And I think they'll be fine. Like, their defense was with them wasn't that great anyways. So that's what we saw against the Bengals. They clearly ripped them to shreds. So I don't think they'll really be missed.
Well, that's the thing, though, is where are they going to look? Because like you said, those top 3 teams, they're not really going to change all that much next year. Maybe T. Higgins goes. But the Chiefs, I mean, what are the Chiefs going to do on offense? They're basically going to be the same exact team. So you got to look at that. And it's not just the Bills, it's the entire AFC, because you're going to end up playing all of these guys, especially if you want to be a playoff team. There's no doubt about it. You're going to run into one of these buzzsaws. You have to think, okay, maybe my defensive line is great. Linebackers are lacking a little bit, but can my secondary keep up with the speed and the talent that the Chiefs have at receiver, tight end, whatever, because they have it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Jamar Chase.
This is like the same convo that everybody had last year. They're like, the Chiefs are going to be bad after this. The Chiefs aren't going to be good. They got rid of Tyreek Hill. They're not going to have any receivers, and they're playing to go to the Super Bowl in a few days.
Yeah, that's I think the craziest.
Really freaking good at football, and he's going to play with one ankle and probably still be really good.
I think it's such an unfortunate timing. It's such a bad idea, but like he's not going to play.
He's going to play. I saw Bengals fans today. They're like, oh, the line moved to Bengals -2.5, so that means Mahomes is out. If Mahomes was out, it'd be 11. It'd be at least 11
Yeah,
points.
The reason why the line moved is because he's not 100%. He's going to play. I don't know. Also, I'm happy the Bengals won, but Bengals fans, like, I don't know. They've rubbed me a little bit the wrong way over the last couple of days. And it's all...
Yeah, there's a lot of issues. A lot of issues I have with them. I've had a lot of issues for a while, but their fans are just really, and they're allowed to be. You're allowed to celebrate your team being good. If my team was ever good in anything, I'd be annoying too, but it's just a little too much. You guys did this whole thing to support Damar Hamlin over the last couple weeks, and now your fan base is leading the freaking cause of saying that he's a clone.
Yeah. Okay. What the
That's a
fuck
bit
is
weird.
this? Because
Um,
I've seen it on TikTok and a little bit on Twitter. People think that there's like a body double, like he's actually dead and they're using a body double. Like,
yeah,
what the
that's
hell? How deranged do you have to be to come up with that?
right. Very, 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 very bad. Very weird behavior. And then their fans are saying that they used him as a motivation tactic. Of course, everybody wants to see him at the freaking game. Who cares when they did it?
So, okay, I saw that, but also everybody knew that he was going to be there.
Right.
It wasn't like it was a surprise, like, oh, and hey, look on the big screen, Damar's here. Like, it was announced the day before that he was going to be at the game. Was it not? Am I making that up?
Yeah, it was announced he would be at the game.
So I don't understand.
What did you guys want him to do? Run out there? Also, they're like, oh, he's wearing a mask. He's just recovering from dying. So obviously he's going to wear a mask.
His doctor probably said if you're going to be out in public, wear a mask. Just in case you catch COVID and it messes with your heart. That just, oh, by the way, we had to restart however many weeks ago. Like people can't be serious. There's a lot that makes me scratch my head, but this is like top of the list.
That's a very, very, very dumb one. What else did they do? They complained about the tickets. That one also confused me.
Oh, for the championship game?
Yeah, that one was a little confusing.
Everybody pre-sells.
They also had to refund their fans' tickets because they didn't play at home because they're going to Kansas City. So I was confused about that one.
Like I get what Burrow said was like a funny in the moment thing, but like when you really think about it, everybody like pre-sells these tickets. Yeah, everybody across every sport for playoffs. Like that's how it happens.
They had tickets literally on Ticketmaster to buy for a home AFC Championship, which didn't happen because Jacksonville lost, but you also sold them too. So I was really confused by that one.
Using things to like motivate and whatever, but I don't think that's one of them.
No, I don't think that's one of them. But it'll be a fun game. Last part about let's talk about this part of the Bengals too. The Twitter rampage. Oh, sorry, just dropped my phone, guys.
The Twitter rampage.
Talk about the Twitter rampage. There's sometimes you need to put your phone down. Like mine just fell on the table. I wish that would have happened to someone else.
There are times where you can run your mouth and when you can't. And I think as people who use social media, we all should know when that is. And we all should know like what may be over the line if we feel like we are able to run our mouths. Eli Apple, I'm just going to come out, call him by name. Eli Apple, man, some of the stuff I laughed at. The couples counseling thing was funny. I thought that was funny. Everything else, like the Cancun on 3 with the heart hands, like you know what you were doing. Don't sit there and try to show that Pat Bev clip. Like that's everybody knows what you were doing there. And then the apology, and then you posted he like walked back the apology on Instagram. Like you can't do that.
Yeah. I will say though, if you're gonna commit to a bit, then just fucking go for it. You did it. Because you're not going back on anything.
Well, that's the thing. Like he knows that he's the villain and he's just sticking to it. And I kind of respect it. But again, there is a line with some of this stuff. And especially as a player, like he's NFL
gonna get beat up.
The NFL brotherhood thing.
He is
like
that's a legit to get beat up
thing. They're gonna and it's probably deserved. It's probably deserved.
Yeah. The Damar thing, yeah, he definitely knew what he was doing with that. I don't want to hear any justification for that. That was really bad.
I got like the at its core, the Cancun thing, whatever. They say that to each other all the time across all sports. Like that's okay. But like we all know what you meant, what you were trying to do. You can't convince
And
us
out of all the
otherwise.
people, maybe just don't.
Right? I'm like,
Out of everybody that should be talking, maybe you should be the last one. You are making people hate your team. Don't know if it's the best time to do that.
well, I was
And
just about
like
to
Dave's
say.
tweet wasn't anything to them. The Bills have done nothing to the Bengals. It's not
No.
like last year when they played the Chiefs, how both teams were talking shit to each other. The Bills, they're arguing with each other, not with you.
I can't. The thing that is the funniest part about all of this to me is this is exactly what he did last year with the
Right.
Tyreek thing, and then what did he do in the Super Bowl?
Cooked up by Cooper Kupp.
Burnt fucking toast because he was spending his time talking on social media, and like if you didn't learn from that, there's no help for you, because I don't know what he expects this weekend. I don't know if he expects it to be a cakewalk because Mahomes is dealing with that ankle thing. I don't think that's going to be the case, but like, he's never going to learn. He's never going to learn to just shut up. Do all the talking after it's all said and done. Don't do it like in between.
You're doing it at the wrong time. I truly can't. I could not. If they win a Super Bowl, that Twitter account is going to be out of control.
It's going to be scary.
And I don't want to see it.
It's going to be, he's just.
And I don't want to subtweet that much because he follows me. And if he sees it, he's going to quote it and say some shit back.
Whatever.
And then I'll cry because I'm terrified.
The funniest part, too, I forgot about this until I literally just saw it in my bookmark tweets. His mom, like a week ago, going at it with Acho, saying how, talking shit about people on social media is like a loser thing to do or whatever.
And I agree with her take, but I don't agree with her. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I understand. Right. It's just so do you think she wrote that apology for him?
I think the Bengals wrote it. I think that they said that we're going to fine you if you don't say something. Either take it down or apologize. He didn't really apologize. So they probably still did fine him. So,
well, the one that he posted on Twitter, like, whatever.
He didn't write that. He did not write that.
Yeah, he did not write that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was so generic. Like, he definitely didn't write that himself. That was sent to him. He copied it and he pasted it into Twitter. I don't know. We'll see what happens this week, I guess, because
you know what I would love? For Juju to ruin his day.
Oh my God, of all people. Of all people.
I would love that so much. The worst of the AFC North collab. I would love.
Of all people, like we really thought Juju was gonna go to Kansas City and like have this resurgence, light it up, and he
hasn't had a bad season. He's had 1,000 yards.
No, it hasn't been bad, but I think we all expected a little bit more. And he was hurt for what? 3 games, 4 games, something like that.
And he still had like 1,000-yard season. So that's like not bad. If you consider everything that the Chiefs are doing and how they're scoring every single way that they're scoring.
Yeah. Well, it's like them and the 49ers. It's like you try to stop one leak and then it comes out the other side. Like, it's insane that there's not an answer for anything.
I am happy Travis Kelce made it to the end zone, though. That was taking a while.
Yeah. Did you bet on Diggs again?
Did I bet on Diggs? Yeah. That was so stupid.
I think it's time to stop.
No, I'm going to keep it going. Might as well. It just has to happen eventually.
Every single time you bet on this man to score a touchdown, he says absolutely not.
Listen, I bet on him he scored, but not in person, so I need to not go, and he'll score. If I'm there, he gets a little too nervous. He doesn't want to score.
That's probably what it is. I don't.
Right. He knew I was there, so he had to relax a little.
Oh, man. All right. These AFC teams, man. Let's switch over to the NFC. Let's talk about the less problematic of the.
Yeah, they don't have the drama.
Like, I will say though, the Dallas Cowboys, boy, we gave you a lot of credit last week and you made us look like idiots. So
That final play, I've
thanks for
never seen
that.
anything like that. Poor Ezekiel Elliott left
Oh
out.
my God.
My
I feel just a tiny bit better about the Mac Jones stiff arm thing because Zeke got planted and Zeke is like a brick. So I feel
Well,
just
the Mac
like
Jones
a
stiff arm, like,
sliver
he had no
better.
chance. He really
No.
had no chance.
He had
His
no chance.
teammates did him dirty. It was gonna happen regardless, no matter what
He
he
had no
tried to do.
chance.
He was a goner.
No. But I
Yeah.
feel a little bit better that somebody as big and strong as Zeke kind of got planted like that too. So
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Dak, terrible.
again, last week we gave him
Yeah.
the credit for the no turnovers, and this week what did he do? Like it should have been expected that
yeah,
once
I'm
we
happy.
said all of those things.
I'm happy that it happened. I'm sorry, Cowboys fans. I really am, but it just brings me so much joy to see that happen again. And the final play, one more time, funniest thing I've ever seen.
They're never gonna get out of their own way. I think when the FanDuel main account posted that tweet the other day, what franchise is stuck? Like, there's not a better answer than the Dallas Cowboys. Because what are they going to do? They've got Dak until, I think, 2025 for however much. Zeke, probably gone.
Yeah, but that's fine, I think.
Yeah, no, I think that's for the best for both sides with Zeke. But, like, Dak, you going to trade him? And then what are you going to do? Like, I don't know what the solution at quarterback is because it's an interesting, like, I looked at the contract and the dead money, if he for whatever reason was to get cut, it's like $70 million. Like, it's a lot. But then if you trade him, like, you got to take it on. Like, I don't know what the hell they're gonna do. I don't know what Jerry's gonna say.
They're just gonna send out more tweets from their account.
Oh my God. Okay. What do you think about that?
It's funny. I think it's so funny. I think it's so shitty though. You don't do your players like that. You let the media that works around you every day do that for you. You don't have to do it yourself.
So the Celtics do something similar with their Twitter account where they'll post like whatever article is going on the website with like the SEO blurb as the tweet, but it's never like that. It's never like pointing out somebody's faults and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I just don't. I think there was a better way to go about that. Like, everything that was said was accurate, I think.
Yeah, but they didn't need to be the ones to say it.
Coming from the team account, like, I don't think that needed to happen. I think we could have been a little bit nicer there.
Yeah, Dak, you were bad, but your social media team did you even dirty.
Yeah.
I think Jerry Jones said, please post this.
Have we heard anything from Jerry? Has he done any radio hits or anything?
I haven't listened. I haven't looked.
Well, we would see it on Twitter if he did.
Well, the only thing I've seen on Twitter for the last 24 has been the Twitter rampage. So I've not seen much.
It's bound to happen soon. I can only imagine the shit that he's gonna say because he's obviously not happy. I don't think, and rightfully so. Like, this team has just been in the same spot for however many years, and there's no change in sight. It seems like. I can only imagine what he has to say.
I know, it's just like really unfortunate for all of these teams that keep losing in these ways because there's only one team that wins every year. Your odds are not very high that you're going to win every year.
Right. Your
odds are really high that you're going to be disappointed though. So
there's disappointment and then there's Dallas Cowboys disappointment though. And I'm glad we don't have to experience that. We've been disappointed in our own rights by our own teams. Yeah, but I don't think it's ever gonna
at least I've never watched my team lose a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Can't say they've ever been. But I could say they've never lost one.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be so funny talking about Super Bowls. if the Bengals, I don't want to see them in the Super Bowl, pull to Buffalo Bills
Yeah,
4 in a row. That would be a long, stressful 4 years of my life. But in the end, I think it would be worth it.
Well, if the Eagles beat the Niners, like, I don't care who comes out of the AFC, I think the Eagles are going to win. The absolute demolishing of the Giants the other night was more than enough for me.
The fact that Giants fans even had like an ounce of hope. I said,
So, okay. So I saw a lot of Philly fans posting that like the Giants fans were talking shit and stuff, which I get. Divisional rivalries and
I would have been talking shit too.
All of that, but like,
be a little realistic.
Yeah, right. Like, have just an ounce of awareness to the situation. Like, congratulations to the Giants for making the playoffs. I don't think anybody really expected this year out of them. Daboll is going to win Coach of the Year. Like,
Danny did.
Danny Dimes too. What's happening with that? They're gonna Yeah, you think?
Pay him. Yeah, they're gonna pay him. I bet they're gonna pay him.
I was impressed by him this year, and I feel really weird saying that.
I was a little impressed too. He wasn't
terrible. No.
Terrible, and it was fun to watch.
He's definitely been worse.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah, and if we're like talking about the QBs that we have available now, there's not that many that are that good. You're either super, super good or you're really mediocre.
Yeah, it's
and if you have one in the middle, I guess you got to keep them.
Unless you want to trade him to Las Vegas and bring your 45-year-old quarterback who won you everything, like some Patriots fans are talking about, which that's another thing. With this hiring, we finally have an offensive coordinator, in case you guys didn't see. A real one, not somebody moonlighting as an offensive coordinator. And the biggest storyline, I don't know why, but the biggest storyline is now Brady is going to be enticed to come back to New England. And whatever you guys are smoking, I want some of it, because I can't talk myself into that. It would be cool as like the Tom Brady fan that I am, but like realistically, we just drafted a kid and you're going to give up on him who...
Well, I think his timeline is pretty running out. It's running
out.
Like
what the hell, my light. I think this year, if he doesn't do well with Bill O'Brien, then I could see moving on. Like, whatever. He gave him 3 years. It was a little tumultuous and whatever, but like, come on.
Okay, I have a question for you. Do you think he can ever go toe for toe in a game, compete with Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow right now if he had to play them?
Well, he did with Burrow.
I would even add Josh Allen to that, because we've seen.
I think yes, but
oh no.
The caveat there is he needs to have the same amount of talent with him. Yeah.
Oof. Maybe.
I don't think he can win, but I think he can go toe to toe for sure with the right coach, because all of those other guys have offensive coordinators. They didn't have Matt Patricia for a year. Like, and I think that's kind of being understated. Like, I think the Matt Patricia thing really fucked up his development as a quarterback, mentally and mechanically. Like, I think it really set him back. And again, for the millionth time, I'm not a Mac Jones fan. I didn't even want them to draft him. So it's not like I'm sitting here trying to be a homer. I'm just like, I think they kind of fucked him over a little bit. But given the right situation, given the right talent and coach, like those other three have, toe to toe is a possibility. Beating, that might be a stretch, but putting up a fight, yeah. I mean, I don't see any reason why not. And maybe we'll get it this year. Maybe this is going to be the year where, people start respecting him a little bit and stop calling him Yak Jones and all of the other not nice things that they call him.
Oh, man. Well, for your mental well-being, I hope that happens. I personally just don't see it happening. It's giving very much Baker Mayfield, but not as annoying.
I hope that's not true. I hope that this is going to be what he needs, what this team needs, because just I need it. I need it. I can't do the 8 and 9 miss the playoffs thing.
Listen, after a few seasons, you'll just be like, oh, just another year, and you'll be used to it, and it'll be fine. And you'll watch other teams, and you'll enjoy players that are really good. You'll enjoy watching good football.
Well, I will say, like, I have enjoyed these playoff games, knowing that I can't be disappointed. Like, I was disappointed a little bit by the Bucs, obviously, the Chargers a little bit, but like, I don't genuinely care as much as I care about the Patriots. So this has been enjoyable for me, and it's helped that they've all been really good games, and that's going to continue because the matchups this weekend I think are probably the best possibilities. Like, I think these are the 4 best teams, and the fact that they're all here, like, that's how it should be. So, with that being said, should we talk about this weekend, make some predictions, some picks, and whatnot?
I'm going to lose both of mine. I know it. Both of them are going to be wrong. But it's what I'm going with, and it's what I'm sticking with.
Okay. What is it?
I want the Chiefs to win, and I want the 49ers to win. Fuck the Eagles, fuck the Bengals.
Oh, man.
I don't want to see either of them there.
I'm total opposite.
Right.
Bengals, Eagles for me. I just think we saw Brock Purdy revert back to a little bit of Mr. Irrelevant. That Eagles defense, I think, is just going to eat him alive. They're very good all around.
Yeah, I am a little
It's going to be an interesting watch. And then I'm taking the Bengals because with Mahomes not at 100%, I think the possibility of mistakes for him are higher. Not that he's going to play like shit, but I think an interception or two here or there might be the difference maker.
I'm just picking based on my mental well-being.
Yeah, I get it. That's
I can't see the tweets. I cannot see this week's tweets. I want everyone to roast who's roasting everyone.
That's how I feel about the Chiefs too. Like, I can't in good faith like pick the Chiefs because I
have nothing against them. I have nothing against them.
Not really a big fan.
I do like my team in the playoffs once, whatever. I don't really care. They had no chance anyways.
Well, yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
I like Andy Reid a lot though. I
want him to have an enjoyable time. Yeah.
He's grown on me for sure over the last couple of years because I think we've seen more of him and heard more from him than years past. Like that freaking State Farm commercial he has or whatever.
With the mustaches?
It's my favorite commercial on TV.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Did you see his quote about the Germany game?
Yeah, saw that one too. Good. And then I watched his clip. He was on the Brady podcast this week, and pretty cool. He seems like a pretty cool guy. I like what he had to say. So
speaking of podcasts, really quick, Travis and Jason Kelsey's podcast, best thing I've ever listened to.
I haven't actually listened to it. I've just seen the clips, and
They're
clips all
so
of them
funny. The clips are great.
Make me laugh. So, and I like one brother more than the other, but they do seem just like both. Really funny.
I love both
people.
Of them. Yeah, I mean, they're really doing something they enjoy. A lot of people are listening, and really good show.
That's the other thing too that like is so cool about it is not only is he doing it with his brother, he's doing it with his brother who also has the same profession as him. So like the stories
also could play each other in the Super Bowl. That'd be sick.
Yeah. Oh my God, I would be so happy
for the
his
content.
mom.
That would be really good.
So she doesn't have to go and leave
travel
one game
like
and stuff.
That'd make some good podcast clips for them.
It would. Yeah, that'd be cool. The content leading up to that would be great. And after. I mean, maybe like a friendly wager or something. Somebody has to shave a mohawk or whatever, whoever loses. But
okay, let me ask you this question. Bengals, Chiefs related. I don't know what word I want to use to describe. Okay, which of the two is more annoying, maybe is the word, or just really dumb? Eli Apple or Brittany Mahomes?
Oh, God.
And Jackson. Add Jackson in. Which one?
Oh, no.
Which combo? If you were stuck, let's say you were in an elevator and you were stuck for hours.
It's
who
Brittany.
would you rather be? You would rather be stuck with Brittany
Oh
or with
no,
Eli Apple?
no, I'd rather be stuck with Eli Apple
Oh God.
because I think he does know, like he knows what he's doing, and he knows
Well, he
like
knows.
exactly what he's doing. And
He
the
said he only
rise,
tweets when he feels inspired.
so maybe he'd only talk when he feels inspired. But if we're trapped in an elevator, like I feel like he'd shut up after a while. I can't
Maybe.
with those two. The other two, can't do it. I would say a lot of not nice things to a mother, and that is disrespectful. So I can't.
It's a tough question, depending on the circumstance. Let's say it was after they won the Super Bowl.
I would no. I would climb out of the top of the hatch of the elevator and like climb up the rope myself to get out of there. If I die, I die. Like I can't with her.
Oh, even better.
No. What about you?
I'm gonna pick the Mahomes family.
You just sit there and do TikToks with them for however long you're stuck.
Yeah, that'd be fine. We could talk about a lot of stuff.
I will, to their credit though, I will give them a lot of props for being out of the eye this season. I'm sure that is a result of Patrick saying something to them, but regardless, they have respected his wishes and toned it down a ton. The only time we've seen or heard anything from them, unless you like follow them or whatever, but I obviously don't, is when they showed her in the game on Saturday, Sunday, whenever it was.
Did they?
Yeah, just like a quick little cut to her.
Cute.
Like that's the only thing. So respect for them for shutting up, I guess, for the first time in however many years. I don't know. She's going to be insufferable, though, if they make it to another Super Bowl.
I mean, we're going to get insufferable content either way.
No matter what. From every side.
Single way. From both fan bases. Actually, I don't see the Chiefs fans that much. But I think it's less in my way than the other team.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say it's the other way around for me. I see more Chiefs stuff than Bengals stuff. But then on the other side too, like Philly fans, I will say that I think that they get a little bit too much hate. They're similar to Boston fans, so like I'm a little sympathetic towards them. But like they're not the best.
They aren't the best, but at least they will let you know how they feel.
Yeah. Well, there's just real passionate people. And the Niners fans, I've seen some Niners fans cause some drama too. So like nobody's safe from annoying content from fans this weekend. But it would be the same if it was any other team. So like I can't think of a team that doesn't have some sort of like toxicity in their fan base.
Yeah, every fan base is a little annoying in some way.
Like maybe the Lions, maybe I just don't
No, they are annoying. They're so annoying too. And I like the Lions, and they have some annoying fans.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just uncultured to the NFC North.
I see a lot of like Midwest stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And all of those teams are very Midwest.
Speaking of NFC North, though, this man, every week it's going to be something new.
But he loves it. Aaron Rodgers loves the attention, and Aaron Rodgers wants everybody to be talking about him. He wants everybody to be talking about him because he's not in the Super Bowl. There's playoffs going on? No, let's make it about me.
Yep.
And he can do it. It's easy.
Yep. Narcissism 101. The Texans don't even have fans, so they don't really
No, they have some annoying ones too.
I have seen way too many Deshaun Watson takes and stuff like that from Texans fans.
I've seen what I need to see.
Say that that's a true statement. I'm sorry.
No. I've seen enough. Trust me, I've seen those takes plenty.
Yeah. No, they definitely aren't innocent there. But anyway, whatever. Back to Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be exactly what last year was all over again.
We're going to be in Green Bay.
We're going to get these like cryptic things, these cryptic quotes on Pat's show every week. And then there's going to be a rumor that there's a breakup and he's starting to date this new person who's into this, that, and the other, doing all these weird
Well, he
drug
does have a
things
new
in the
girlfriend.
desert. Is this okay? I think that you told me this, that she's the daughter of the Bucks owner, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that seems a little more stable than Miss Shailene Woodley, who makes her own toothpaste and deodorant.
And then the other one that was a witch.
Whatnot. And then the witch.
And then the witch, yeah.
So
maybe they
is
won't
a little
do
bit
drugs
more,
in the jungle.
or
Maybe they
maybe
won't do
she will get influenced by him instead of the other way around.
Right. Maybe we just won't be doing drugs, Aaron Rodgers. Let's not do drugs in the offseason.
I mean, I don't know with this guy. I don't know. It's everything he's saying though. It sounds like he's out of Green Bay. Like he keeps on saying like, oh, if the situation is right, if this is right, if that's right. Like
the situation is you.
Exactly. Right. You're the situation.
So I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that, sir.
We need you to answer this for us. It's not going to get answered for you. You need to be the one to figure this out.
He's in charge of what needs to happen, and I don't really know how that's going to go for him. Probably not well.
But if it's not Green Bay, where's he going to go?
Well, like we said before, maybe I could not. I don't think he would go to the Jets.
No,
but
no, I think that's
a better option for the Jets.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That's an upgrade
for sure. Mm-hmm. If you want to deal with, it's still a headache, just not the same kind of headache.
Because the Jets, they're doing a lot of good things, but they're missing quarterback. So
you can have all the talent in the world around you, but if you don't have somebody to get the ball to that talent, it means nothing.
Gonna crumble real quick.
It makes no difference. We were talking about here, maybe Las Vegas. And I brought up the point that I think Davante Adams doesn't want to deal with that shit again. And he's going to be a big part in the quarterback decision for next season. I don't think he wants to
deal with the Raiders at all.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to do that if I were him either.
Did you see Derek Carr's tweet?
No.
It was like a couple days ago. He said he's been asked to go on a lot of different shows. He doesn't feel like it's right for him to do a story time of what has happened behind the scenes. He's just going to continue to move on to his next place in where someone wants him. So that I want to know. I want to know what's going on.
There was an article. Oh, fuck. I wish I saved it. Not too long ago about Josh McDaniels' time in Denver. And it was like one of the first meetings he had with Cutler. And McDaniels was just going on and on about his own like personal accolades and how Belichick gave him this responsibility and that responsibility and like whatever. Like he was just tooting his own horn to like, I guess, impress Jay Cutler or whatever. And supposedly after that meeting, Cutler said to his agent, "You got to get me the fuck out of here." So I would not be surprised if it's a similar thing where this is all McDaniels' fault.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely...
I don't trust a man that wears a visor.
He definitely told him some things. No.
Mm-mm.
No. Visors are... I don't know. They remind me of like youth softball. And if you're a grown man wearing that, like I just... Something's not right.
I don't trust a man in a visor, and I don't trust a man that wears flip-flops on just a casual day walking around. No offense to you guys if you do.
Yeah, the toes. We don't need to see the toes. Mm-hmm. I would honestly much rather prefer you guys go full socks, sandals than look at your crusty ass feet in some flip-flops. Just full disclosure. Yeah, I want to know. I want to know what really happened. I don't think we're ever going to find out though. I don't think Carr's gonna...
Yeah, I feel like Derek Carr is just
he's a good
wholesome
guy.
Man. Yeah, he's just going to keep to himself. He's going to go to a few Bible studies, get it out there, done.
He's definitely somebody who, like, I'm sure he's got a load of not nice things to say about a lot of people, given the organization that he has spent his entire career in and stuff. And, like, he's just the type of person that will call them, like, a godly person and move on. Like, which is nice.
I had beef with the Jesus woman at the airport last week.
Oh my God. Oh, I saw that TikTok. Good for you.
Yeah, it was way too early. It was way too early to be talking like that. It's
But,
not
like,
okay.
These people, like, I don't care what you believe in or what you think. That's great for
Just
you.
leave me be at 6 a.m. Let me drink
Leave
my
me
coffee
alone.
and carry on with my day. If we want to talk about a man that's not doing well, let's talk about Mike Clevinger. I want to start this off by saying very terrible, awful, but also not
Are we
surprised in any way.
surprised?
Not
He's
surprised in
always
any way.
been a piece of shit.
He is. Did you see this was like 2 years ago? 2019. That's a while ago. When we had the MLB All-Star game in Cleveland, his baby mama at the time. No, this is a different one. Different
Yeah.
woman. Because he has a
He's got 3, right?
yeah. This woman, they had 2 kids, they lived together. They were a family, that they
Right.
weren't married, but they were together, living together. Someone said who? Mike Clevinger. He's a pitcher. He's a pitcher in MLB. He used to
on the
play for
White Sox now, I
Cleveland.
think.
Yeah, he was with the Padres now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he had a lot of subtweets about him during that All-Star game. His girl was on Twitter going off saying that he kicked her out of the house. He won't let anybody inside, like change the locks. The kids can't get in. They had to go to like her parents' house. And she was like posting this all on Twitter. She was finding like ugly photos of him pitching and making it a profile photo.
Well, I mean,
like,
that's
going
not
off.
hard. He's ugly to begin with, so.
So this came out today, and I'm like, yeah, not surprised at all. Look who he's friends with, Trevor Bauer.
Right. Well, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Right.
His bestie is another piece of shit person too.
Which
so.
is really, 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 really sad that this is happening to this woman and her child.
And it's the fact that it's not just like an isolated incident. Like, it sounds like it's repeated behavior.
Well, I looked on her Instagram story. She was going off. She has like
She mentioned something about like drug addiction.
Mm-hmm. Did you look at her stories?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I clicked through all of those.
Oh, yeah. Sure did. Yeah. Through freaking used chewing tobacco at their like 10-month-old child. Like, how insane? I don't care how mad I get. Kids off limits. Kids are absolutely off limits. I'm never gonna freaking put my hands on somebody for real. But like, above all of that, children just absolutely not. And if you can't
control yourself in any way,
if you get so angry to the point where you can't make that decision to where you leave the poor defenseless children alone,
you should be locked up somewhere.
Jail.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you should be allowed to just walk freely among people. Like, that's low. That's lower than low.
Yep. 100%.
So, but it, like you said, it's not surprising because hasn't he had some like racist tweets?
He's had a lot of
like, he's not a good guy.
He's no. He also was like a big COVID spreader.
Yeah.
That was a bad one.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh my God, I forgot about that. He had it and like got on the team plane or something.
Zach, yes.
Forgot about that too. What a gem this guy is. Well, hopefully Major League Baseball does the right thing here. Hopefully the White Sox do the right thing here, because I know as of right now, they're just allegations and whatever. In these situations, I'm sorry if you don't agree, but I'm inclined to believe the women who are the victims in these situations.
Yeah, and based off what I saw today, it's just pretty clear what's going on.
Oh, yeah, it's not good. Not good. So, and the fact that she has been in contact with the league since, I believe it said June. The article said June. And this is the first we're hearing about any sort of investigation, is a little concerning. So,
yeah,
hopefully MLB does the right thing. Because it's bad. He sucks. So
yeah, it's really, 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 really sad.
If you want to read that article, it is on The Athletic. I retweeted it, so if you go to my Twitter, you can go look for it. But I don't really feel comfortable getting into the details.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So he's not a nice person. So, but if you want to read that, there are 2 female reporters for The Athletic that I think did a really, really good job on this piece. with the interview of the mother of his child that's involved. So I would recommend reading that if you want an update on the situation. So
Yeah. I wish things in MLB and all sports could be a little better.
yeah,
I feel like each week it's something new.
it's just like even in outside of sports, like one of
Yes.
the creators of fucking Rick and Morty just got
Mhm.
dropped because of a domestic violence thing. Like every day, it truly is every day. It's something. It's
Right. It's really, 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 really.
It's like we can't enjoy the things we want to enjoy because you might be supporting somebody who is a really shitty human being. And
You're telling me.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Can't even
Yeah.
go for you're telling me. You
shit.
can't even watch a freaking NFL game that you've watched that your team's been terrible your whole life.
Sometimes I forget that even happened, and every time it gets brought up again, I'm like, I can't believe that they did that.
No, I can believe it.
Just the contract itself. Like,
no, I believe all of it. There's not one part that I don't believe.
Who
if you're gonna tell me someone say someone did that, I'm gonna say the Cleveland Browns every time. Give me a scenario, and I'll say, you know what, probably the Browns.
Oh, who decided that was a good idea?
Okay, before we go, do you want me to send you guys off with the story that traumatized my weekend?
Yeah,
okay.
I want to hear about the weekend.
So, from Friday to probably Monday morning. No, I think it's continuing now. This has been the most chaotic couple days of my life. And everything was not by my doing. I was just in my own space, minding my own business.
Okay.
So Friday was chaotic, but we won't get into that one. that one's just not for me. That one's just not for you guys. But Bree, I'll tell you later.
Yeah,
so
I'm excited
on Saturday,
for that.
Saturday I traveled to Buffalo. Okay. Traveled to Buffalo, and me and like 4 people, we got a hotel there. I didn't book it. One of the people that we were with booked it.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, just we all Venmo wherever we said we're going. So we get there. Guess who's staying at our freaking hotel?
The team?
The Cincinnati Bengals. Freaking Bengals are staying at our team. Or the fuck, I can't even speak because I'm so traumatized. So a couple of my friends, we're all like have work to do. So one of my friends, she's like, I have a phone call that I have to have. Like, you can just do it in the room. Another one went to a conference room because we're all working. I go into the lobby, like where the Starbucks is. And I'm sitting there on my computer, typing, working. I look up and someone sits down at my table.
I would scream.
Someone sits down at my table. Someone who's very reckless at the moment sits down at my table. And it's so good to see you here. I said, why are you sitting here? You cannot sit here. This is in public. Mind you, while we're staying there, there's a hockey tournament going on.
Yep.
And there's probably about 30 to 50 little kids, like 6 to 16 running around the lobby, taking photos, taking pictures, selfies, running around. The security guard steps over and says, no more photos. So there's a photo of me probably somewhere on the internet sitting at a table with one of the worst people I know. Now let's take it another step.
Okay. So that was Saturday morning.
Saturday afternoon.
Okay. Saturday afternoon.
Still sitting at the table. If you could think of the next worst person on that team who's done something very bad.
Yep.
Sits at the table too.
Great.
And I said, you know, this is a really good chat, but I gotta go. I start to go up to my room. Children are following me.
Great.
Get off my floor. All the kids are staying there. Swarm around my door. I said, how do you know them? How do you know them? And I had to run into my room and lock the door. And they sat out there for maybe an hour, and I had to call security for them to get kicked out.
Oh my God.
So that's what happened to my Saturday. I got attacked by 6-year-olds.
You know what you should have done? You should have said, oh, if you guys go down and ask him for his autograph, he'll totally do it, and just get him swarmed by like 50.
No, they were already swarmed. No, we were already swarmed down there.
Oh man.
Already.
It would have taken a lot for me to not like kick one of them. So good on you.
Swarmed
That's miserable.
by children in public.
Oh my God.
because of a team that I very much dislike.
All because you were sitting down there minding your business, getting your shit
Watching.
done.
I was watching the Chiefs, Jags. And they're all just like walking.
God.
They're walking in and out, getting their Uber Eats orders. And I was left with trauma.
Leave me alone, sir. So that was Saturday.
Yeah. Friday,
Sunday.
Someone threw up in my apartment.
Nice. Can't wait to hear that one.
Right. Someone threw up in my apartment Friday. Saturday, I was attacked by children. Sunday, I had to watch the team I hate win in a snowstorm.
In the snow.
Yeah, in the snow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then drive all the way back to Cleveland after.
That was the best part. That's my favorite part. We got back so early. Last thing that I'm done for the evening. We got back so early. We were back by like 9 o'clock. And I had so many people replying saying, how did you get back that quick? How did you get back? Guys, we left.
It's not that far, right?
And it's less than 3 hours.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah. People don't understand that it's quicker to drive from Cleveland to Buffalo than Cleveland to Cincinnati.
Wow. I don't think I actually knew that.
Yeah. Buffalo's under 3 hours. Cincinnati's almost 4.
I knew. Yeah. No, I knew getting to Buffalo was pretty close, but I thought just because I think when I think of Ohio, I think it's like a smaller state.
Yeah. But think about Kentucky and try there.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? All the way up the lake, all the way down.
Yeah, but like down and over.
Yeah, the over adds a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, yeah, when I saw that you were back already, I was like, oh shit.
We left with like 6 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Because we were like, this is terrible anyways. Snowing.
It's bad. It's snowing. Like
the roads weren't bad though, so.
Well, that's good. They're used to it, so I'm sure that the salt and the sand on the roads is probably like top notch. So that's good. Oh well. You made it back in one piece. It might have been a bad weekend, but you made it back in one piece.
The stories I have from it are stories that I'll keep with me forever. And the trauma that I experienced probably lasts
always
as long.
something. Always something.
Probably will last as long.
Mm-hmm. Love it. I live vicariously through you with these stories.
Yeah, just don't worry because it's not fun.
If I ever think that I'm bored and I haven't done anything, I can always say, "Hey, what's Gabb up to?"
And I'll let you know. I could be sitting on my couch right here, and something bad will happen in the next 2 days.
Oh Lord. Well, let's hope nothing bad actually happens. Nothing serious.
Yeah, let's hope.
So, all right, y'all. That I think does it for us for the week. We'll know who's in the Super Bowl this time next week, so that should be interesting.
That'll be great.
Should be a doozy. We'll have a lot to talk about.
Right. Why can't we just get a Super Bowl one time that's just like the Lions and like
right
someone
They're
else
just
random.
unproblematic people that like we don't mind and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe next year.
Yeah. Maybe we'll try again.
Yeah. All right, guys. We will catch you same time, same place next week.